So we were going around the table, and everyone was doing the usual Thanksgiving thing where they go and they talk about what they're thankful for and whatnot. But I kept zoning out looking at my baby cousin, who was making the most interesting mess in her high chair while trying to figure out how to feed herself. It was amazing to me how anyone could think that rubbing turkey on the skin between their eyes was an effective method of eating. When it got to be my turn to say what I was thankful for, all I could think of was napkins. Right across from me was my Aunt Cindy, who kept bringing up the fact that she gained a lot of weight and that she wasn't happy about it, and that's the reason why her husband left her, because 4 years ago he saw into the future and knew that she was going to get fat. My Aunt Marilyn tried bringing up that maybe she gained all the weight because she was so upset over the divorce that she didn't take care of herself, and that made her really mad. She got red in the face and said, "How dare you?" and started crying, and then my Uncle Robbie got pissed about all the noise and said that his damn sisters ruined Thanksgiving every year, since that one year when they were little kids and Cindy knocked the gravy bowl onto his lap and it ruined his pants and gave him an uncomfortably cold and thick feeling on his inner thighs. I wandered through the aisles aimlessly, not knowing what I was looking for, but that I'd know it when I saw it. The feeling of longing weighed heavy in my stomach as I searched. This whole time my dad never looked up from his plate of cranberries and mashed potatoes, where the liquidy parts of both were blending together, making a really interesting shade of pink that, despite being really pretty, didn't look very appetizing. My brother's new girlfriend, who was meeting most of the extended family members for the first time, kept looking at him with a slight look of fear in her eyes, and he just shrugged and drank more of his wine, which was oddly enough turning his teeth about the same color as Dad's mashed potato and cranberry hybrid. I kept making eye contact with my brother's girlfriend, and I wondered if I was a little bit older if she would choose me instead of him, since I was obviously the more interesting one with more ambition. He was better looking than me though, mainly because he was older and had the ability to grow a beard. This is probably why she was going out with him in the first place. My eyes drifted down to her chest, and I noticed that one of the buttons on her blouse was unbuttoned, but then I quickly looked back up at her face to make sure she didn't see me staring. It was fine because she was looking over my baby cousin, who was now putting green beans in her nose. I decided that I didn't want to eat any real food anymore, so I asked my aunt if it was time for pie yet. She said sure and told me to go get it. I grabbed both pies, pumpkin and blueberry, one in each hand, and walked back to the table. I was too busy thinking about the large amount of whipped cream that I was going to put on my pie that I tripped on the leg of my sister's chair. The blueberry pie flew out of my hand and landed on my brother's girlfriend's blouse. I knew right away when I found it because it consumed my whole brain and my whole heart. I had never been obsessed before. It made me feel like everything made sense. Seeing her with blueberry all over her made her even more beautiful, and this time I had a reason to stare at her chest. My brother called me an idiot, and my sister got all upset because blueberry was her favorite. I couldn't look away. I never wanted to be apart from it ever again. I needed to be alone with it, so I went somewhere private. My heart was beating so fast that I thought it would break through my rib cage. I had never been obsessed before. It made me feel like everything made sense.